Today we're going to cover the top 5 things that you should fix before you move into your new or second-hand house. Let's get into it. So this one is extremely overlooked. In some cases it's designed, they call it fridge ventilation. This is a key area where mice, spiders come straight into your home, but it's also the worst place to be getting fresh air from. We've seen these quite often very close to ducted heating returns. So the ducted heating return tends to just get a lot of its air straight from the roof. Insulation fibers, mold growing up there, all sorts of things is really bad for your health and doesn't really help your fridge from an energy efficiency perspective. What you've got to maintain for fridges is a gap so that air movement can occur, but we shouldn't be having big holes straight into your roof for ventilating the fridge that is going to affect the heating and cooling ability of your ducted heating system or your air conditioners to maintain an indoor air quality that you're happy with. The next one, and we'll stay in the kitchen, is behind your dishwashers. There's usually big dirty holes living behind all your joinery. That's either where the plaster stops short of the floor or just big dirty holes for plumbing and electrical penetrations. And so these things, when under a little bit of positive pressure, all this smoke is just going straight in behind your joinery. What we like to see is all surfaces being finished off to the plaster behind, not being sealed to the joinery, where you're hiding all these big dirty holes in your wall systems where spiders can come through as well, or even mice behind your kitchen. Terrible. Now we'll move into the laundry. There are holes straight to the back of this joinery. So again, the perfect location for mice and spiders to come into your home, and also it's an overhead for your heating and cooling comfort. Next thing is architraves and just skirting boards around your doors and windows. Here we've got a clear air leak to the outside. This one was so bad that water was getting inside and it was just expanding this timber and it all just came off. So they've ripped it off, they'll have to caulk it on the outside and then refit the new architrave. Because the painters and even people that are critiquing the work that are being done cannot see above here, there is always a big dirty gap above doors, single doors, double doors, even windows, where they haven't caulked the architrave. Okay, now let's move on to one that we've covered on numerous occasions, the ducted heating return, and then we'll move into the bathrooms. The ducted heating return, again, you can see clearly there is dust coming from the roof and it's just sticking to the sides here. All of these junctions need to be sealed to the plaster around this whole box system. This particular ducted heating return is going into the floor, but yeah, this is a key location where spiders and mice, potentially, they usually bite into the ductwork. They can come out to the rest of your house via your outlets or whatever. So it's a distribution network where vermin can get into your home, and it's an energy efficiency hit. We've covered multiple videos on this and how to fix it. It's quite cheap to fix and you notice a massive difference when it is fixed. Split systems, another air conditioning source. These normally have big, square, dirty cutouts right in the corner. These cause an overhead for the heating and cooling of your room, but also your filters will get dirtier when you've got a large hole behind these air conditioners. We're going to finish off in the bathroom. These heat lamp exhaust systems are terrible for air tightness. They are an exhaust fan that need to kick in when the heat lamps are running. They are extremely leaky. They normally do not have a draft stopper. If they do have a draft stopper, they're vented to allow the heat from these heat lamps to dissipate. These are a key point on why a bathroom is a cold space, and it's a terrible space to have these things when you've got a high humidity source like a shower. So we need to remove these things. We need to replace these units with just a conventional exhaust fan on a timer or a humidity sensor and replace it with the fitting that's got a separate light fitting from the exhaust system. Way simpler and way more effective, and you can rely on your conventional heating and cooling system, or your heating system in particular for the bathroom, to maintain a more comfortable space to have a shower. We're going to move on to skylights now. Skylights are a terrible location to put in an actual bathroom because they will not have consistent insulation. Therefore, they become a point where condensation can form and mold can grow. We need all the walls to be well insulated within these skylights, and normally the top of them are only double glazed if you're lucky. For older ones, they're normally just a plastic. But yeah, these become a very moldy part of the building, especially when you've got them in a bathroom. But they're also extremely leaky. In this little video, we found heaps of little issues that you would have never have thought would have been a problem. There are plenty of products on the market these days. Tide House actually has a lot of these products, special tapes and even corks and PowerPoint boxes and all sorts of products. So visit the website for these types of products that can help you remediate these problems.